I should be on screen. Oh. No, I'm not on screen. I'm not on screen. There we go. I'm on screen. There we go. Awesome. Great. Okay. So, let's get the cadence going. Alright. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good, whenever you're watching this. And welcome back to the bar. I hope you guys had a good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You know the drill. Because tonight we are going to be going over non-alcoholic mocktails. For a variety of reasons, people cannot have alcohol. One, either because of abstinence reasons, biological reasons, because they can't process alcohol and thus will pretty much kill them. Although alcohol will kill anybody over a long period of time. Let's just say it kills them in a shorter period of time than us regular folk. And of course, people have religious exemptions from alcohol that prevents them from enjoying a beverage, a beer, a wine, depending on how it goes. I'm going to actually... Give me a moment. Actually, I have to keep that up. There we go. Sorry. The music you're playing right now on loop is also playing on loop on my end. I'm listening to it, so it's kind of it's distracting at high volumes on my end. I should be able to still hear these the stream and Twitch alerts, which I've adjusted the volume of. As it turns out, I pretty much lowered their volumes to where I couldn't hear them yesterday. So anybody that follows, subs, I can finally hear you. Not alcoholic? I know. The fun juice is being exempted for tonight. However, I say this is just because there are definitely a lot of people that can't drink alcohol. However, they are restricted. And I hate that. I hate the restrictions put on a person that cannot drink alcohol or cannot enjoy a variety of drinks outside of a Shirley Temple. That's why I'm going to be preparing up to 4 mocktails tonight in order to, well, show you guys that there's a whole world of mocktails out there. Most of the cocktails I am going to be presenting tonight is going to be on the sweet end, the fruity end. Albeit with the jalapeno pineapple being a very savory or sweet and spicy flavor profile. So I hope you guys can bring this to the next party or next time you go on into a restaurant, which I need to present at least a preface. 2 of these recipes I highly would not recommend asking your bartender or a restaurant for, either A, because they do not contain the same ingredients, or B, they don't know what the hell you're talking about. In fact, the two the first 2 I'm going to be presenting are also not known to a lot of bartenders. However, they can be at least made with the ingredients present at the bar or present in a server's drink booth, or the area which the servers pour your drinks or mix your drinks or whatnot, and then later serve you. This is pretty much relatively what they have in those areas, depending on restaurant, depending on thing. The best way or the most courteous way you can go about this is just by asking and gathering information. Like, hey, would you happen to have any grenadine by chance, or like strawberry syrup? Can you do X, X, and Y for this drink, please? And if they say yes, of course, be courteous to them. They are the waitstaff. They are, of course, servers. They are a part of the service industry, and let me tell you, a lot of us ain't big on rowdy customers, or customers that are really that don't mind their manners, so to speak. Makes sense, Fruity? Yeah. Which, I suppose that is the end of at least my spiel on that end. So let's actually get around to making these. So the first one is at least my introduction to the world of mocktails. Long before I even encountered r/mocktails, which I have taken and accredited 2 of the cocktails that are cocktail recipes that are present down below. I just noticed while I was prepping all the ingredients here that I left some spelling and grammatical and how do I say, nearly plagiaristic language down in the description below. I'll be fixing that at the end of the stream. However, the proportions should still work out, or at least should be should work if you want to make them either right now or later on. In fact, I want to say that the first 2 cocktail or mocktails that I'm going to be making tonight can be made at home just as easily. You just need to have some soda, soft drinks, or juice, and a syrup. Now, you may not have grenadine, which I would highly recommend replacing it by chance with a different syrup. Maybe a chocolate syrup. Because lemon and chocolate is actually not bad of a combination. I mean, have you ever had a lemon tart with some chocolate drizzle on top? That shit's fucking baller. That is some dessert, my friend. However, I'm still wondering, now I am wondering how that would work out in a lemon daisy. When daisies historically have been always fruit forward, or at least fruit syrup heavy, so to speak. You know? But anyway, let's actually get to the first cocktail. Let's get to the lemon daisy, in which you're going to be getting your lemon juice, your sparkling water, lemon and lime soda, and finally, grenadine. Furthermore, as our garnish for tonight, we will be using lemon slices, either placed inside the cup or on the rim as a wedge, wheel, or slice, depending on how you want to do it. Tonight we are going to be doing on the rim because that's, I say, the most, pleasant to look at, rather than it sitting in the center of the cup. This is not a hot toddy. It's a refreshing pomegranate lemonade drink, or a sparkling pomegranate lemonade drink. So, we're gonna have the garnish left there on the corner right there as we prep this. You don't have to shake this. It's prepared entirely in one glass, which in our case will be a old-fashioned glass or a highball glass. I'm a little iffy though, because I've always prepared lemon daisy back when I was a bartender. I'm a bartender right now, but when I was working as a bartender and actually getting money because of it, I used to actually make lemon daisies for my coworker that was really big and said that I made them differently and were better because of it. Either because of the quality of my service by just asking him how much ice he wants, or just simply how much grenadine I added. I assume it's just how much grenadine I added because, I was already preparing him a lemon daisy with one part, I was preparing a lemon daisy with one part lemon lime soda and one part lemonade in order to then drop in a quarter or a half ounce of grenadine on top of it in a 16-ounce plastic solo cup. So There's a reason why I'm favoring the lowball over the highball glass right here. But we're gonna go by what our bartender's guide says with the full recipe, at least. Not my stopgap or quick-footed recipe that I have made over and over again in during my time bartending. Do you think the grenadine with vodka is basic, taste-wise? Grenadine with vodka? That would be more of... Okay, not really basic, so to speak. Grenadine... Pomegranate has a depth of flavor. It's a dry, but also... It's a dry, sweet, and robust flavor. However, if I were to shake it, make a cocktail with only that and vodka, I would probably not like it, because the way I envision grenadine in that context is solely in the form of a chaser with a shot. You know, you pour in I'm going by Pennsylvania's Liquor Control Board's standardization right here with when it comes down to standard or the standard pour of a shot. 1.5 ounces by itself. You drink that and then you drink, or at least no. Oh wait, no. You would at least if you want to be actually fancy with the chaser, you would first pour the grenadine in, followed by the vodka, because grenadine is heavier than that of vodka. Because, you know, it's a difference between alcohol and water and sugar water. So as a result, you have a layering effect of grenadine on the bottom and vodka on the top, resulting in a very like cutesy kind of a... Not cutesy, let's see. It's presentable, let's say. Not just like having like two shots at the same time. Like one side is vodka, the other side is just straight grenadine. Or you can of course just like pour the grenadine right into the vodka as a traditional chaser would probably be formatted in a glass. I'm saying formatted in a glass, although I should say poured into a glass. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to make this stream just non-alcoholic because I can... This is a segment. I'll get to you. I'll put out something later. I'll put out something later, boy. I'll do what I was pretty much describing right here. But short answer to my long spiel right there. Yeah, it can be basic, but when it comes down to pomegranate or at least grenadine, there's still depth. So, if you want to have a grenadine flavored vodka or a vodka cocktail, go right ahead. It's pretty much akin to that of a vodka sweet martini, just without the vermouth and higher ABV content. All right, so. Train of thought. Come back to the station, please. Alright, so, what we're going... Okay, I need to grab my Japanese... My trusty Japanese jig is on the other side of the room. However, I have this. And I also have this without ice. So, what you're going to do, of course, is fill your glass up. What you're going to do is fill up your glass with ice, followed by 2 ounces of lemon juice. It can be either store-bought lemon juice or freshly pressed lemon juice, but it has to just be lemon juice. It can also be the super juice from last time, or from last stream, but we're not using that right now because I froze everything. I froze it all because I still have this bottle of lemon juice that I have to go through before I actually get into using that stuff. So, 2 ounces of lemon juice to... Oh god, please don't explode. Ah, yep, it fucking exploded. You know, I would expect it to actually... I expect it not to spunk all over me, but, because it was resting for hours, but, you know. Life is cruel that way. Okay, good. No. Come on. Okay, and the lemon lime, or, it's Sprite. It's Sprite, by the way. I'm using Sprite tonight. The lemon lime soda is good. Oh, good. Actually, you're not supposed to... Okay, so you're not supposed to use your club soda or at least sparkling water right now. You're supposed to follow... Okay, so you're going to follow the 2 ounces of... You're going to follow the 2 ounces of lemon juice with a few dashes of grenadine. I'm going to be giving it a half-ounce pour. I'm going to give it a half-ounce pour right now. Because that's what happened. That's because that is what I did when I first made lemon daisies. Or at least the lemon daisies that I made while working at my first bartending job. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to stir it. Now, do note why... Now, you might be wondering why I have not added the club soda or sparkling water yet. Well, that's because... by stirring it in, we will lose the carbonation. And we don't want to lose the combination of a fizzy drink. I don't know if this is an untactful question, but are you using a voice changer or something? Or some voice tuning? I swear this generation is dead. Read your contracts, folks. I'm a Bobby Niku. I'm a Bobby Niku bartender. Come on. Come on. It is, yes. I am using this. Studio magic gone now. Okay, so let's continue here. So, what you're now going to add is about 1 ounce of sparkling soda. Or, yeah, sparkling water. I love alcohol. I do too, DeSalva. However, tonight is not a fun juice stream. It is a regular juice stream. Which could also be considered a nightmare, according to some. But hey, we have to deal with our calamities somehow, and there are many ways to do so. Alcohol is definitely one of them, but tonight we are not doing alcohol. We're doing mocktails and no fun juice and depression. That ain't right. First and foremost, it should be a little bit more red throughout. That is not the right glass. Okay. I'm not particularly fond of the fact that it's... 3/4 of the cup right now. But I guess we're going to work with what we got right now. It's going to bother me. It's bothering me. I'm getting a Collins glass. Do not use a highball glass. Get a Collins glass, which is a tall glass, but it's far more slimmer than a highball. So I'll be back real quick. I've read your comment, DeSalva. I'll be back about it though. Okay, as I mentioned before, this is a Collins glass, or at least I'm trying to do so, and we're going to be carefully rolling the liquid from the highball into the Collins, which it does not fill at all. Am I missing something? Maybe, I am okay, I just realized I am missing about 1 ounce of grenadine, which I'm just going to eyeball a little bit. Maybe it's just because I didn't add enough ice, that's it. That's why it's not as full as I want it to be. There we go. You might be wondering, I mean, like, you might be thinking, sometimes you might think, hey, it seems like a ripoff that I'm getting a whole lot of ice with my drink. Well, motherfucker, you are having a cold drink. It's supposed to have ice. Furthermore, it looks nice. Alright, the aesthetics are there. But anyway, let's actually get to our garnish after figuring out the issue with the glass here. But, let's see. What do you think about doing, React Himm? Or React Himm-Chan? We actually did a few during October in the gaming channel. We, did a lot of, we did just, like, 2 episodes of reacting, or react streams, so to speak. However, whenever I left each stream, I felt very uneasy. I feel like I wasn't doing enough, despite me trying to like spice it up by making it a crap. What is the genre called? I was so big on it like 6 months ago. Not liminal space or liminal horror. It was media lost footage horror. Come on. Come on. Can somebody help me out? Can somebody help a cat out here? What I'm more referring to is the genre of horror or media horror or no, online horror that have like series like Local 58 or crap. Come on. Local 58, Gemini Entertainment, and a third one I can't say right off the bat right now for a variety of reasons. But either or, maybe one day we'll definitely one day go through some react. We might do some react streams. Especially if we go by. Yeah. We can definitely try that in the future. I'm still probably going to stick with I'm still going to try to find like bingo cards and ways to spice it up because I don't want to sit down and just watch a video. That I feel like a content thief that way. I just want to make sure that what I do is not only entertaining but also very like big, very like there's actually some I'm actually transforming the media that is presented at me rather than just, watching a video flat with open soy jack mouth and oh my gosh, that happened. Ooh, spicy. Ice cream, slurp. That NPC behavior pretty much. Anyway, I pretty much will like to now present you the Lemon Daisy. It is a very simple mocktail, incorporating about 4 ingredients, and which can be found in most if not all most if not all bars, and probably done at home as well. You can easily make this at home, hopefully, as long as you have sparkling water. Lemon lime soda, lemon juice, and finally, grenadine, or any other fruit syrup, or any kind of syrup. Go ahead and make a chocolate or a lemon chocolate daisy. I highly recommend it, and I highly recommend experimentation, especially if you're trying to explore the realm of mocktails and figuring out what you like and don't like. So, oh hey Oscar, welcome back to the stream. You're finally not late. I mean, you're late to the beginning of the stream, which I'm still going to condemn you for. But, thank you for coming nonetheless, and I appreciate your visit, and I appreciate your patronage. The brain rot algorithm. Yeah, I hate brain. Oh my gosh, Moy, you're just... That's a whiplash of pain that I have to contemplate every single time I do these streams. Just not in a sense that I want to... I'm going to like... Not in a sense that I am gonna shift this stream to be that appealing or that side of algorithm. I don't want to make these streams appeal so much to the algorithm to where, you know, this shit, you know, this stuff, this roughness doesn't exist. I don't like that. I don't like following trends. I just like to make cocktails. I mean, like, then again, like, trends are good. That's my corporate side talking. I don't know. I'm an artist. I like to go against the grain a good chunk of the time. But I also like attention. But anyway, lemon juice, lemon daisy. How am I, Oscar? I am doing fine. I am not going to get drunk tonight because this is all sweet and fruity deliciousness without any of the fun juice added. Anyway, without further ado, let's try this. I feel like this definitely lost its carbonation when we rolled it into the Collins glass. However, that is a fruity tooty lemonade right there. It's something that is different from your average Shirley Temple, which not everyone knows what a Shirley Temple is. But unfortunately, it is the only special drink that a person knows right off the bat. So, hopefully a lemon daisy can actually be like more popular, you know? Because this is delicious. This is a refreshing and this is a sweet tart summer drink that more people should know about, and I hope my coworker that I served a shit ton of these still knows how to make them. It'd be a shame if he forgets it. I hope at least that's one good thing that I give to the world, and that's share a piece of knowledge that not a lot of people know about. Anyway, that's enough. I'm just gonna finish this real quick. Tasty. We're gonna put that away. Oh wait. The bartender stuff is unique, but you want to do better with the model. There's definitely improvements. There's definitely things that I can do, like maybe incorporating hand tracking, but I'm not too sure. I'm still figuring out. Unless you're talking about like its stiffness. Yeah, that's something I have to iron out. That's for sure. Because I am currently working with a limited movement range right now, or at least in VC face. Because if I were to like have it any higher, my model would actually like break its spine and then push its head further back. I'll try to I think I'll try to iron that out this week. Maybe also incorporate a little TTS, pet if we can, if I can actually figure that out. But yeah, that was the lemon daisy. Let's move on to a more adult-looking drink. So, what you're gonna do is get one of these. And guess what one of these are? It is a martini glass. It is meant for cocktails. But tonight we're going to be making a cocktail. But tonight we are making a mocktail with it. And the way we're going to be making this mocktail is pretty simple, actually. We're going to be trying... I'm going to have to find a mixing glass and actually sift through my recipe book real quick here. By the way, this is the Bartender's Guide by John K. Waters. I would highly recommend checking that out if you want a very encyclopedia-like cocktail book for your alcoholic and non-alcoholic liquid diet. Come on. R. And oh look, oh dear, I'm breaking out the book. I'm breaking out the books now, the paper, the old technology. But you know, books are good. Books are knowledge. Books are power. Now for this, we're actually making so for a red apple sunset, you're actually going to have to break out a shaker, and you're going to have to fill it halfway up with ice. No, that's not halfway up. Nobody will know. Come on. There. I understand that was a lot of work for a half glass of ice, but bear with me. Bear with me. Now, first and foremost, I'm going to wipe down this little area of the club soda spill. Put that aside. And start measuring. So, what you're going to do is first get 3 ounces of apple juice into the shaker. 3 ounces of apple juice into the shaker. And then you're going to be adding 1 ounce of grapefruit juice. Now, at this point, I would be against better judgment and refuse to further continue with the recipe because, to me, a sunset cocktail usually has a gradient and should always have a gradient to it. A tequila sunrise has the grenadine placed or dropped at the end of prepping the orange juice and tequila. This one incorporates the grenadine into the cocktail by the within the shaker or in the shaking process. However, let's just go by the recipe for now. If you wish to shake this and then add the grenadine later, I would highly recommend that too. I am being a little bit of a stilt tonight for one reason or another. So you're going to be adding about 4 dashes of grenadine. Down below, I put it down as 1/4 of an ounce, if I remember correctly. So it's not going to be a lot of grenadine. It's just going to be enough to spice the... It's going to be enough to spice the rest of the drink with its fruity sweetness. Or its dry, fruity sweetness. And from there, once you add everything in a shaker, you're going to be shaking it. All right. Unfortunately, this actually has no garnish. But nonetheless, I'm trying to get this out of the way so that you guys can have a proper look at it. There we go. And then we got a little bit of a close-up here. And so we pour. I suppose if you want to have a... Wait, why do I feel like I missed something from the lemon daisy? I think I missed about an ounce of lemonade in lemon daisy. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, I just realized that so for garnishes, although the recipe has no call for a garnish, what I can recommend is putting a maraschino cherry in the middle of this, just to give it a little bit of a visual, just to dress it up, so to speak. To give it a little bit of a dress up. Because right now it's pretty much a nice... Right now it is a very, so to speak, clear-esque, or clear red drink. A clear red drink. And that's pretty much it. Very simple. Only 4 ingredients. And now I present you the Red Apple Sunset. And without further ado, let's actually try this. Okay. The first taste, of course, the first flavor that it hits you was definitely apple. Definitely the apple juice. But on the back end, you have that... On the back end, you have that grapefruit tartness. It isn't, like, very prominent in the profile, but it's there. It's subtle. It's very subtle, which makes the boldness of the apple juice, like, subside and allow the other flavors to dance on your tongue. That is that's pretty basic, but that's good. But it's good. It definitely has that. It has something. It's basic, but also has a decent amount of depth to examine as you slurp this down. The color looks great. Damn right, it looks great. I'm still iffy about the fact that there's no gradient like it would have with a tequila. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have a gradient, or I didn't add the grenadine at the end of the pour, solely because I really would like a gradient. But then again, because of how less dense apple juice is compared to that of orange juice, I would expect that gradient to be less prominent, and the grenadine might just blend with the rest of it and create this color nonetheless. However, I feel like this drink is still good enough, because I think this drink is good enough. Besides that fact. The best thing about drinking mocktails is that you don't have to worry about binge drinking it. You don't have to worry about binge drinking it too much, because this stuff won't kill you unless you have diabetes. Alright, we're going to put that away. And we're going to move on to hectic sprawl of what the fuck that was. And tonight, we're going to be making the mocktail that I was prepping the syrup for. The mocktail in question, of course. The mocktail, of course, is called The Bull Jumped Over the Moon by user Shot Amobi 6059 on Reddit. And of course, I say user and Reddit for a emphasis. I want to emphasize the user and Reddit as an emphasis, because r/mocktail has opened my eyes and has been a great resource in finding mocktail recipes and the absolute creativity across said subreddit. It's a journey, let's just say, going through all the posts and picking out all the intricate and playful types of elixirs that people come up with. And of course, it's community based, so you don't have to worry about like Spruce Eats popping up in your Google searches 24/7 because of it. But anyway, we're going to now finally get around to the third drink, which is more complex, and I would highly recommend making it at home rather than asking a bartender to do so, because I doubt a lot of bartenders have cantaloupe syrup. Because A, this is a lot of work. B, it's a lot of work. And C, it's a very niche ingredient, which may or may not be worth selling in a drink at a bar. But nonetheless, what you're gonna do is dice up some cantaloupe. First and foremost. About a half a cup. I'm betting this is mostly half a cup. And why are we dicing it? Well, first and foremost, why are you asking so many questions? Second off, we are dicing it because we need to get it to a small enough size to where we can actually muddle it, because we're going to need to muddle this stuff. I'm just making sure I have the recipe in my eyes, or within my field of view. The fruit flies are still around. I have to figure something out about those. It's not that they're landing on the fruit very often. It's more or less they've been just a nuisance to look at. Yeah. Alright. Alright, so. We're also going to be grabbing a few sprigs of mint. Unfortunately, my limp looks a little limp today. Unfortunately, my mint looks like it needs a little bit of a boost. Unfortunately, I was trying to make myself a little mint farm with the mint cuts that I picked up from the produce section. That didn't turn out well, and I had to salvage what I had before the stream starts. So you're gonna no, wait, no. I need more. In fact, no, I think I'm good. You're gonna have to get about a handful of this stuff, or of its leaves, and throw it into your cup alongside the half cup of. I want to say this is half cup. This is 2 ounces, 4 ounces in a half cup. That's the great thing about volume. That's the great thing about volume. It does not matter about the tool that you're using, as long as it has as long as it can measure the same value of the same amount as another tool, it should come out as equal. Especially if you pack it down like this. So that's 2 ounces. There we go. We're gonna pack it down a little bit more just to make sure everything's fit in. I measured this right. And yeah, what you're going to do is add a half cup of What you're going to do is add a half cup of cantaloupe and a handful of mint leaves into your cup. Next, you're going to add lime juice. Yeah, you're going to add some lime juice. Right here. The juice of one, you're going to be adding the juice. You're going to be adding the juice of 1 lime into the cup. There we go. And then, with that, you're going to be muddling everything together until it forms a paste. Not a paste, really, just roughly homogeneous. Now, you could probably get away with blending all this together. However, the thing about muddling is that it allows you to actually get the oils and the tannins of the fruit, leaf, or rind out and allow it to be expressed in a drink. Alright, I think that will be it. After that... Let's see. Yeah. After that, you're going to be adding about... After that, you're going to be adding about an ounce of cantaloupe syrup. This syrup I've made is very slow pouring, but nonetheless, it's pouring. And finally, you're going. Oh wait, no, we're missing another thing. There we go. We got that. Next, you're going to be adding about You're going to be adding 3.5 ounces of cucumber juice. How are you going to be making cucumber juice at home? I would highly recommend putting it through a blender until it becomes homogeneous, and then put it through a cheesecloth or fine mesh strainer to get the particulates out. So once again, we are adding 3.5 ounces of cucumber juice. And finally, a 1/8 of an ounce or a 1/8 of a teaspoon of honey. No, a teaspoon. No, my apologies. And then add about a teaspoon of honey into the shaker. Which I'm a little worried about it just not like... I'm worried about it not blending with the rest of the drink and not like spreading out with the rest of the drink because of how thick it is. But hey, let's see what happens. I'm going to be eyeballing a teaspoon right here. And just one more squirt. Alright. That's weird. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it. I suppose that's it. I'm not seeing any ice. Just making sure I have ice. Making sure I have ice left over for our last drink. So, after adding everything to the shaker, you're going to shake until your ancestors tell you stop. Tell you to stop. You get the drift. Alright. That is it. And because it's going to be a little bit of a chunky drink, I'm actually going to be double straining this. And double straining involves utilizing both a hawthorn strainer and a fine mesh strainer. In our case, we will be using... it's a lot of glass. Actually, give me a moment. I'm going to grab myself a different glass than the ones I have set up right there. I need a smaller glass, or a different style glass, real quick. Alright, we are back. I'm trying to keep caught up with the chat. But before we pour, before we double strain it, we are going to be making a garnish real quick. And what will be the garnish for the bull jumps over the moon? Well, quite simply, we are breaking out the cucumber. We are breaking out one of Cat's most sworn enemies. That being that of a cucumber. And, personally, I'm not afraid of it. But, I'm really, I really like to, play around with cucumbers. Because they're nice, refreshing, and absolutely tasty. Especially if you put some chili sauce or, chili powder on it. You know? You know? You know? I really would like to have a bite of this cucumber real quick. Oh! That's actually a sour cucumber. That's strange. Anyway. So, the image on the bull flies over the moon actually has the cucumber peeled. In my case, we're going to be not peeling it because I feel like it provides a greater contrast, or gives a little bit more of a visual distinction of the garnish against the cocktail or the mocktail here. That's sort of a way to handle a cucumber. What way are you insinuating? Huh? Anyway. Once again, we are going to be once I actually get through with this, or move these things around so I can actually give you guys a clear view of it. This might be an indication, and this might be an indication that making four of these might have been a bad idea, but you know, we aren't quitters here. We ain't. Mama didn't raise a quitter here. All right. Oh, there we go. And for the close-up. All right. So once again, we are going to be double straining this. That means we are straining it with both a hawthorn and fine mesh strainer. So enjoy the pour. There we go. We're gonna put this to the side. And so I present you the bull. And so I present you the bull jumped over the moon. A cocktail that was posted on r/mocktails, and I hope it really turns out. I hope I honored the creator of the recipe. Without further ado, salute. I should have added more mint. But that actually brings me back to myself. That brings me back to the it brings me back to the times in childhood where I would pluck honeysuckle and, you know, sip at the nectar within the flower. That has a lot of depth, because not only are you working with the freshness of the mint, but also the refreshing the refreshing melony, or the refreshing melon background of the cucumber. And then the cantaloupe and then the cantaloupe, of course, dances or cha-chas right into that taste, or just cha-chas right into that sip. That is good. And I'm happy. And in fact, I think the floral aspect, or the floral thing I'm like thinking of, or at least tasting right there, is the honey that I poured in, which I'm happy I'm happy that it actually incorporated so well into the mocktail. And if you guys got a chance and are willing to go through the pain of making cantaloupe syrup, I would highly recommend making this and drinking it for yourself. Like that is good. That is good. And unfortunately I did not have any of that with my face on, but this reminded me of my childhood. Not munching on. This definitely reminded me of my childhood back when I sucked on honeysuckle, and that cucumber really gives it a nice refreshing taste. Like, And what balances it all out is that lime. Is definitely the lime juice. You know, it cuts through and makes sure so that the cantaloupe syrup actually expresses itself as it's really expresses itself. Once again, I think my only regret here is not adding enough mint, because of how dead my mint sprigs were from earlier. But oh no, my garnish is gone. But anyway, let me just prep this one more time. And thusly, that is the bull over the moon. That is a tasty drink. I get I'm downing all the drinks tonight. But how can you blame me? This stuff, that is actually a tasty drink that I really wanted to down. Okay. We're actually going to do a little bit of a break so I can reorganize everything and clean things up and transfer everything over to the sink area. So I'll definitely see y'all. I'll see y'all very shortly. I see you, Bao. I see you. Don't think I keep my mic off during this time. Hello there, new person. Welcome to the stream. I'm just cleaning up right now. We're going to be moving on to the last... We're going to be working on the last mocktail after I clean up here, so hope you stay tuned for the awesomeness coming about. We're about to be coming back online real soon. I think I have all the ingredients right now. I need one more thing. Alright. I think we are set. I think we are set. I'm just going to do a little bit of a model reset real quick. And yeah, now we're back in business. Okay. So, the next, yeah, thank you very much, Oscar. Welcome back indeed. Tonight we are going to be making next we are going to be making a pineapple lemonrita or Mockarita. Yeah, let me reset because my stutter is coming about. Right. Okay. Next we're going to be making a pineapple jalapeno Mockarita. And the way you're going to be making that is getting some lemons, jalapeno, and some honey into your shaker. And how we're going to be doing that? Well, quite simply, we are going to be adding we're going to be adding the juice of 1 lemon into the shaker. Oh, that's the wrong direction. There we go. There's a little bit of juice on that. We're going to use that to rim our, or we're going to use this or that to rim our glass. Which I'm going to try to put in I'm trying to put this into a proper margarita or rocks glass. And I hope that turns out well. You're going to be adding an 1/8 of an ounce of honey. So you're pretty much going to be eyeballing a little bit of this. The recipe, the original recipe calls for a few teaspoons, or a very small teaspoon of it. However, that pretty much is hard. To simplify it, just eyeball it, or adjust to taste. Next, you're going to be chopping up an entire jalapeno. Another reason why I placed this at the end of our mocktails, because thing is, pepper oil transfers greatly. Pepper oil transfers from one thing to another, similar to how the flavor of onions can transfer to another ingredient solely by using the same cutting board. Right now, I am removing all the seeds. If you want it to be a little bit more hotter, add the seeds. If you don't add the seeds. But this is meant to be more of a refreshing and somewhat devilish drink. So, once again, you're going to be chopping that up. It can be a rough chop, just as long as it's in small pieces by the end of it. And why small pieces? Well, just like the Well, just like with the cantaloupe, you're supposed to... Oh, that's plastic. You're supposed to make sure that it's... You gotta make sure that it is... You gotta make sure that you can muddle it into the shaker. And with that, that should be it. I might be adding a few seeds there. No matter. It should be fine. If you want to strain the seeds out even more, or you want to make sure you don't get any seeds, you can double strain this. I'm not, because, you know, I can handle the heat. I can handle the heat. So with your lemon... Okay, so with your lemon, jalapeno, and... With your lemon, jalapeno, and honey, you're going to be muddling it to a fine or homogeneous paste. Just checking on the red app in between the recipe here. If I remember correctly, acid actually neutralizes, or at least counters the capsaicin in the pepper. I might be wrong about that. So. And once again, we are muddling because muddling allows us to actually express the oils found in the fruit, peel, or so on of the ingredients, rather than eviscerating them if you were to put it through a blender. Of course, you can put it through a blender if you wish, but in this case, I think you should use your blunt force to get that flavor out. Also, this helps us incorporate the honey into our muddled paste right here. Otherwise, that honey's going to stick to the end or the far end of the shaker until you wash it out with whatever substance you wash it out with. In my instance, it's going to be hot water and thyme. And I suppose that should be it. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like, hopefully, without dropping it or at least spilling. If you guys can see within, it should be somewhat pulverized and well incorporated into the lemon juice. And with that, we should be adding ice next, if I remember correctly. Oh no, we're supposed to add the pineapple juice, which in my case I got directly from a can of pineapple slices. If you don't want to have like a full gallon or at least a full container worth of, or a big container worth of pineapple juice, and nobody is selling it in like small bottles worth, just grab it out of the can. It's the same thing. So I'm just realizing I forgot my jig. So one more moment. My Japanese jig. It's back. It's back in its glory. I'm so happy to see you again, Japanese jig. Alright, it's right in front of me. Brain goes burr. Brain just goes burr. Anyway, you're gonna be pouring about 3 ounce. Yeah, right? The recipe's not lying to me, right? Okay, yeah. You're gonna be adding about... You're then going to be pouring about 4 ounces of pineapple juice. And next will be the ice. However, I'm holding off on the ice right now because I want to prepare our... Well, first and foremost, I need to change gloves because my hand is currently contaminated with pepper oil. Because the thing about peppers is that the capsaicin runs through everything, from the seeds to the skin to the rind, not the rind, the insides, the webbing, the stuff holding the seeds. You know what I'm talking about. And I don't want that to impact anything else that I'm touching, or it rubs off to another container that I don't want to rub off on. Because sooner or later, that capsaicin would get in... Well, because that capsaicin would just get in my eye, and I would have my whole entire day ruined because of it. I don't mess with pepper oil when handling it, or properly handling it. So, in the pictures that I have seen this recipe, the pictures that accompany this recipe puts the Mockarita in that of a lowball glass. I want to incorporate... I personally would like to pour and serve it in a rocks glass, which I believe should be the same volume as the lowball glass. At least if we want to go without rocks. We're gonna see how it looks without rocks, but besides the point, we're here to make the garnish now. And what will the garnish be for tonight? Well, we're actually going to be doing a chili rim, or a chili sauce rim. If you don't want to make the chili salt rim at home, I would highly recommend just getting the tagine, or those little bottles of tagine. Hopefully I am pronouncing that right, but you know, let's see if the entirety of Latin America is on my doorstep, cursing me out and such, which would be a shame, absolute shame. But no, we're going to be mixing about like a 1 part chili powder to 1 part salt. I'm just adding a little bit more because the last time I rimmed, I feel a little dirty saying that. The last time I actually rimmed a glass was back when I was actually working as a bartender, which was about, give or take, about like 2 years ago. I know I'm a bartender now, but just be consistent, and just to like preface on the job that I actually earned money on. But anyway, you're going to be mixing that up a little bit. Make sure everything is well incorporated. I was trying to avoid using my finger, but you know, if you don't want to use your finger, you don't use your finger. And in fact, maybe using just a regular spoon would be good, but who needs spoons when you can just use physics to mix things, you know? There we go. That should be it. And And what substance will we be rimming our glasses with? Well, that will be lemon juice, because this recipe does not have lime juice. So we're just going to rim the glass here. Make sure it's nice and wet. Make sure it's nice and ready. This might be the reason why it might be the reason why it says to like rim it with a slice rather than a what you call. Do I have it? Oh yeah, it's sticking, good. And you know what? I say that is. I say despite my lack of experience rimming things, this is a good rim to have our. This is a good chili salt rim to put our margaritas, to have our Mockarita with. But of course, we are going to be rimming this because I want to actually serve it in a margarita glass / rocks glass, whatever you want to call this. So I can. Okay, it's sticking. I'm happy for that. I am happy for that. I think it's good to have somewhat of a inconsistent rim, because sometimes you just don't want to. Sometimes you just don't want to have a lot of chili salt, or you do want to have a lot of chili salt. You know, it's always good to give a person that option, especially if somebody doesn't like chili salt. But no, we're going to continue making the drink, and that's by adding ice. I should probably add a ice. I should add a ice redeem, like an ice baby, that kind of thing. I wonder if there is a Phase Connect member that actually did the cover for that. Tasty. But yeah, add your ice. Pop the other end. Yeah, add your ice, add the ice, pop the other end of the shaker, and shake it like you mean it. Sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you just have to make sure to assert authority on your shaker, to make sure that it knows for a fact that you are the one in charge. But we're not going to strain it just yet. We're going to actually add a little bit of sparkling water to this, which is weird. I'm not. There might be some recipes out there that calls for sparkling water or carbonation to be added to margarita, but I've never encountered that. I have not encountered that at all. But no, you're going to be adding about 2 ounces of. You're going to be adding 2 ounces of sparkling water to the shaker. Once again, I'm doing a technique where I am pouring the carbonated beverage through the bar spoon. And we're going to stir gently on that. And then we're going to finally do a pour. We're going to first see how... Oh, actually, I just want to shake whatever is in the rock glass right now. Here's our close-up. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, that's promising. Ooh, that is promising, and we're gonna let it sit there. Oh no! Oh. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can slowly but surely show you guys the top right now. But if you to let you guys know what's happening in front of me, the sparkling water actually gives it some bubbly to it. It actually is bubbly right here, rather than sitting as a regular margarita or a Mockarita. And now we're going to be pouring it into our lowball glass real quick. Which isn't as promising. Which means we're going to be adding... Oh, we can't add ice. We can't add the rocks. Otherwise, there would be too much of that around. Instead, we're just gonna dig through our ice cube container and unfortunately not dig out enough to make this actually presentable. I'm putting this off to the side. I don't like that. I don't like it. It's nasty. It's disturbing. I don't like it. I'm just putting it away. Alright? But finally it has been, I now present you the pineapple jalapeno Mockarita. And I hope whenever you get around to making this, it is as delicious as I will find it real soon with this taste test. I think I overfilled it too much. I think it's really hard. It's kind of hard to balance it, similar to how I overfilled that martini glass, or the small martini glass from a while ago. Oh well, let's finally try it. Ooh. Alright. Alright. Not gonna lie, I drank it through. I got a big front of the chili salt. So that's definitely changing or really infecting my my ability to actually discern the profile here. But let's try it again. Let's try it one more time on the side with less chili salt. All right. How about a virgin martini? What's a virgin martini? What is a virgin martini? I don't know. I actually don't know what a virgin martini is. Not gonna lie, because the martini is just wine and wine and spirits. So taking out both of them leaves you, I don't know, with probably non-alcoholic vodka and some grape juice or white grape juice. Anyway, let's actually get back to this and remind myself what this tastes like. So, there's not really a lot of spice, but it definitely has that like alkaline and that it tastes very alkaline with the salt, that's for sure. However, because of course salt opens up your taste buds, it really allows the freshness and somewhat sweetness and even herbal taste of the jalapeno to really push against you, to actually like accompany and be a friendly aftertaste to the pineapple, which actually takes a back seat in all this. I mean, like, it's definitely there, but the the acid of the lemon really cuts it, or really keeps it. Give me a moment. It looks like my. Is it? Give me a moment. I have to reset tracking. Okay, we should be good now. Okay. Now, let's get this through. So, back to the train of thought. So yeah, the acid from the lemon is definitely putting the pineapple juice at the backseat, which is very good because pineapple is a very strong flavor. It really shows up in a lot of cocktails, but for this one makes it very subdued, and not actually I mean, like, it's there, but it's not the primary flavor that you're actually tasting. You actually are appreciating the herbiness. I might be saying it wrong. The herbiness of the jalapeno. The salt really helps with the chili salt really helps in expressing this, because again, salt allows you to taste more of things, or actually has things more pronounced than it would, which now begs my question. I'm trying it without the salt, but even outside the chili salt, this is a very refreshing summer drink. This is a very tasty pineapple jalapeno Mockarita. The only thing that is actually like missing would be probably the floral notes that would be found in a proper margarita. That of course cannot be present in here. I would then argue, instead of using honey, I would recommend using agave syrup, which could vary on availability around your location, depending, which is understandable, and thus I would recommend getting honey rather than spending an arm and a leg for agave syrup. But I believe agave syrup would definitely help give it the floral notes that would be found in a traditional margarita. Because, you know, tequila has a floral essence to it, or a floral taste to it, even tequila blanco. I love sangrias on a hot summer day. Oh, they are perfect on a hot summer day. You light it, especially like a week-old sangria, because because the thing about sangrias is that the flavor only enhances over time. And of course you have a snack after letting it sit for a long time. Or letting the fruit sit in a sangria for a long time. But yeah, no, sangria is very, very lovely, and especially even more on a hot summer day. Add some sparkling water to that and you get a spritz, and spritzes are fucking refreshing and fruity and a bunch of other things that are nice and great about drinking. Or day drinking at that. But anyway, here is this. Anyway, that was. Let me actually properly fill this up. But yeah, that is. Oh. But yeah, I present you the pineapple jalapeno Mockarita. This is a wonderful drink, and I am probably going to remake it in the future. Especially without the funny juice. And I hope y'all can experience the same thing that I've experienced right here with this Mockarita. And I suppose that will be it for tonight. The fourth and final cocktail has been made, or mocktail has been made. And probably gonna sip on it a little bit more. But I'm going to now go through. I'm going to be going through chats right now to see how everyone is doing and to answer any questions that might be on your minds right now. I have a little bit of cleaning up to do later, but this, what I say, it's always good to keep note of all y'all's by the end of these streams, because what my setup here definitely is limited by, like, you know, always needing to turn to the right and look down. But outside of that, I definitely hope that y'all try these recipes, because they're good. Again, I would highly recommend not trying the recipes at an actual bar, which at least 3 of them could be made in a bar. It's just, you know, don't overburden your bartender too much. Maybe ask for it during a very slow day or slow time, and pretty much explain to them what the recipe is so that they can serve you properly, and of course leave a good tip. Because I mean, like, if it's like juice, if you're going to be charged for juice, it's probably going to be cheaper than if you were to get a proper cocktail, because how things go. Great stream. I hope I catch the next one early as well. I hope so too, Oscar. Otherwise, you will incur my wrath once again. But no, really. Next stream. What is next stream? What am I doing next week? Let's see, this week is the last week of June, right? So next week would be like 4th of July-esque. I'll probably do a 4th of July stream sometime around July 3rd. I know July 3rd isn't July 4th. However, you gotta understand that I work on the 4th of July, unfortunately. So... Oh yeah, that's gonna be hell. I'm expecting, like, thousands of pounds... No. Hundreds of pounds, or at least several boxes worth of fried chicken is gonna be hooked up and thrown off to the wolves that are the customer base of my deli. That's gonna be a doozy. I'm gonna be touching that day. That nightmare. But before then, at least I can enjoy the good weather and show you guys a bunch of cocktails that are very much American. As a U.S. citizen, as an American, as a United Stater, I am proud to actually make these cocktails that have been made by Americans, or at least popularized in America, or at least popular within very American culture-esque areas. Whichever or, but then again, that goes into a lot. That goes into like, what is American culture? And the simple answer is that it's a melting pot of things. So I don't know. Pick anything in that spectrum of things. But no, I think that will be it for tonight. Stutter. My teeth make me stutter, by the way. Very jagged, very sharp teeth. Do not do well with language. Anyway, without further ado, I thank you very much, everyone, for coming, watching, and hopefully trying out these mocktails. I wish you all a good night, good morning, good afternoon, and without further ado, I'll see y'all later. Bye. Bye. Have a nice time. Bye. 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 That's it. I'm gonna